Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to Middletown High School. As quickly we have Joel Barlow taking a shot on hand, as that was Grayson DiMaselli who took a shot there, but a nice save by Matt Parker. Welcome to Middletown High School here for the Class L State Championship. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are here now live streaming on NFHS Network here for the Class L State Championship between the Daniel Hand Tigers of the SCC and of the SWC. It's the Joel Barlow Falcons. Dan Zampano along with a couple of the producers here in the booth as we are here set for this Class L State Championship game, a big matchup. As so far we've had 2 shots on goal, 2 saves by Barlow and 1 save by Hand, as some of the starting lineups will try to get them to you as we go along here. That one went out, and Hand is going to have a throw in here. Getting it in to John Ruggiero. Now it's kicked towards the net. Another save coming there by Jackson Stallower, one of the captains of this team. He's the starting goaltender for the Falcons. A couple other Falcons starting today is number 2, Grayson DiMaselli. Adam Ortiz is also starting today, along with Jack Warren, Anthony Paolini, Grant Legapa, Ian Chapin, John Schwaber, John Falley, and Will Marafi. As there's a foul on Hand, it's going to go over to Barlow for a free kick. It's Ian Chapin to take it here. Now he'll back off. Right around midfield. Barlow in those black uniforms with the gold fronts and the gold numbers. Hand in the white with the black numbers. Here comes out Jake Brown, has it down the sidelines, down the near side. He avoids a defender, now moving. And they've got numbers here. Trying to work it up and just too far out of the reach of Lee Wilderman, the sophomore. Another stop there by Stallower. It's been good in net so far, 3 saves. High booming kick. That is going to be headed toward the sideline, toward the Hand bench. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Falcons of Joel Barlow. Well, Barlow out of the SWC, they didn't even qualify for the Southwest Conference tournament, but here they are. They are still alive for the state championship game. And these two teams also met back in 2013 and 2014. Joel Barlow winning both those games. It'll be a throw-in here from the far sideline. Toss comes towards the middle, batted out, headed out by Hand. Barlow will get it back. Trying to work it back inside. Now batted around for a moment, kicked out of play. Looks like it's headed out of bounds, and it will, and that's Grant Legapa, one of the captains for the Falcons, doing a nice job of boxing out his defender. The header goes out of bounds there. Daniel Hand out of the SCC beat Guilford in that big rivalry. That they're right next to Guilford, so that's a big rivalry in the SCC, and they won in the semifinals to clinch a spot here in the Class L State Championship game. After this game, we'll have Class L Girls Soccer State Championship game between St. Joe's of Trumbull and Massac of Monroe. Daniel Hand out of Madison, as there's an offsides. Anthony Paolini was offsides there for Barlow, and Hand will retain possession. Daniel Hand out of Madison down in the shoreline, and Joel Barlow out of Reading, Connecticut, so a little farther of a drive for them, coming from the western part of the state. So working around, and they lost it in there, so now it's Barlow here. This is Adam Ortiz, and now it's booted back out and out of bounds. It'll stay with Barlow, though. Nice job of Hand with the defense. Around here. Hand's going to retain it now. Jake Brown had it. Now it's stuck in the middle of midfield. Retained back by Paolini. Now it's kicked around. There they go. Paolini's going to try and go after it. Fighting for it with Hand, and that was Liam Akers, who's able to try and corral it. Can he do it? He does, and finally kicks it out of bounds before it actually went to the back line. That would have made it a corner kick for Barlow. Instead, it'll be a throw-in. records for these teams. Joel Barlow coming in with a record of 10-4-5. They were the 13 seed in this Class L state tournament, so a Cinderella story against the second seed in this tournament, Hand, who's 14-2-4. So again, Hand is favored in this matchup, but it's been even so far, as we are now down to the 30, or in the 30th minute here. Now that's going to be an offsides, as Barlow had a chance, but Grayson DiMaselli was just a bit offside. Actually, not much of it. He was pretty much offsides. So Hand will get it back here. Barlow's been pretty active so far. Both teams kind of evenly matched throughout here, as we're approaching the 30-minute mark here in the first half. This will be Owen McShane to boot. He gets a good one. This one's going to go out of bounds almost. Yeah, it will. Jake Brown trying to save it. He couldn't do it, and Barlow will have possession here. The throw in here by Will Marafi, one of the captains for the Barlow squad. Booted back, headed out, and now down the sideline. Back and forth we have gone so far. 2 offsides have prevented Barlow from 2 goals here. Hand has had 3 shots on goal, but 3 saves, as Hand has had 1. I'm sorry, Hand has had 3, and Barlow's had 1. There goes down the sideline, trying to work it in. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. The referee swallows his whistle, as it looked like Barlow might get called on a penalty there. Instead, we're going to have a corner kick for Hand, and it's going to be Owen McShane to take it. Very dangerous on corner kicks, Owen McShane. A good, strong foot. And it looks like he's getting left-footed here. Here's the boot. Going toward the middle of the box. Oh, they tried the header in and just missed. It looked like in there was John Gulsicek, who was in on that one, but he just couldn't get it on the forehead there, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for Jack Stallowar. Stallowar with the boot. It's taken over by Hand here. Now Barlow retains. Going to work it up here. Now they have it in numbers here with number 7. That is Paolini, and now he backs off. Kicks it back to Jack Warren, trying to get it back to Paolini, but Hand steals it away from him in front of their bench. And it's out of bounds to the Tigers. Joel Barlow upsetted top seed E.O. Smith to get here. Big upset there as the 13 seed, but they are ready. They've been ready since this morning. This game kicked off at 11 a.m. Now we're under 28 minutes left to go here in the first half. Joel Barlow with possession, trying to work it. Oh, almost got it through, and they're going to say it's offsides there. They're calling it offsides, and that was Atticus Upson who was offsides. And this will be a throw-in, or I'm sorry, a free kick. They're going to actually call a foul there on Daniel Hand. That's what it was. Free kick coming here for Grant Legapa from the 30, I guess you could say. There's the boot into the box. It's headed out by Hand. They're going to hold on to it. Upson tries to get a kick on it. It's no success on that, as it's booted back out towards midfield, and it's kept in bounds. Nice play. Let's see if he can keep it in bounds again. No, but that was a nice play there by, looked like it was Jake Brown on the far sideline. It's a throw-in for Hand. They'll work it inside. Barlow's playing good defense. He stole it away, and there's a fly. There you go. It's going to get a pull. That looked like it was Brendan Ray, who was a little too aggressive with the pulling of the arm of one of the Barlow defenders, and it'll go back over to Joel Barlow. Said in 2013 and 2014, these two met up in the state championship. Barlow 3-0 both times. They also beat them 3-0 in the quarterfinals of the Class L tournament in 2012 as well. So Barlow has had a lot of success against the Daniel Hand Tigers in the past few years. It'll be a throw in for Hand. Working it in. Now they try to push the ball, and it's going to be taken back by Barlow, defended out. Back and forth we go here. Now Hand with a chance here. This is Jake Brown, who tries to keep it in bounds. They're going to say he was out. And the referee's flag is up. It'll go back over to Joel Barlow. Oh, in there, stolen away. Hand now with possession. Work it back over. This is Tyler Bernard. Working it out to the far side. Kicking it through. This is Ray. Can he get something working here? He's on the side, on the baseline here. They're going to say it's a goal kick. Ray was the last to touch it as it went down the goal line. And once again, Stallower, who was peppered really in those first couple of minutes of the game, has now been, the defense is pretty much stepped up here for the Falcons. It's booted back after it. Nice play there defensively. It could have been called a foul, but the ref decided not to. And now Barlow back with possession. Grayson DiMichelli, and it's knocked out of bounds by Tyler Bernard. Still Barlow with possession here. Remember, we're live here from Middletown High School for the Class L state championship game between the Joel Barlow Falcons and the Daniel Hand Tigers. As Hand now with possession here as they steal it back. Trying to work it deep, and a nice play there. Nice play by John Faley to knock it through with his head. Huge opportunity with that. As it'll be Daniel Hand possession here, right in front of their bench. They'll work it inside. Barlow retains possession again. Trying to hold on to it defensively. They almost lost it there, but a crafty work of the feet there by Josh Schreiber. And there was a chance. No to avail. It's going to be taken back by Barlow. Trying to work it in the middle. This is Upson, and now there's a penalty here. It's going to be a foul against Barlow. They might have been offsides, and it looks like they were. So Hand will get possession back on their own end. Remember, you can watch all the CIAC matchups here for the state championships for soccer in each class in L, double L, M, and S, along with the volleyball championships that are going on today, and swimming as well, right here on the NFHS network. As now that was kicked all the way to Stallower, and he will boot it away for Barlow. And getting a header there. Chance for Ray, but it's to no avail as it's kicked out of bounds by Barlow. Hand will retain possession here. Good crowd on hand here at Middletown. Not too far of a drive for Hand, but a pretty decent drive from Reading over here to Middletown High School. Going into the middle there. Barlow's trying to keep it out, but Hand still with possession here. Oh, nice fancy footwork by McShane as he worked it over to Ilyachek. Oh, that's got to be a foul, and they say no. Basically barreled him over there, did Grayson DiMichelli, but to no avail. And now here comes Barlow with it down the sideline. Nice move by Paolini. He's trying to work it back to DiMichelli, and it's still in bounds. They didn't get it out. DiMichelli has it. So can he work with something here? And now it's kicked out of bounds there by McShane, and it'll be a throw-in right near the flag for the Joel Barlow Falcons, and they'll wait for reinforcements to get it done. The Joel Barlow faithful starting to work their way into it here. This will be Chapin, Ian Chapin, one of the captains of this team. He'll work it in. Now working it back in is Warren. Warren tries to cross it into the box. It's stopped by Hand. And now they finally clear it out here. They keep it off their end of the field. And now Barlow is trying to keep it in. They will. This is Warren. Warren's down the far near sideline trying to get, oh, now he gets past his defender, tries to work it. He does work it into the box, and it's deflected. That's a handball? No. They don't call the handball on Daniel Hand. That was a close call. The referee might either didn't see it, or it didn't hit his hand. It might have hit his hip or something. That was a tough call to see, and the fans from Joel Barlow are livid. They wanted a handball in the box that would have given them a PK. Can hear the displeasure of the crowd now. So Daniel Hand will stay with possession. That's the first controversial thing that's happened in this game, and it seems that every time you have a state championship game, there's some type of controversy involved. But they're great games. As that header will stay up in the air, Barlow will retain now, try to kick it into their end, and almost close to another handball there, but looks like Hand has possession here. Montgomery had it for a moment. Now it's kicked back by Barlow deep into Hand territory, as Matt Parker, the goaltender, who's been pretty quiet day for him so far, hasn't had too many shots on him. He'll clear it up. And that one is blasted into the stands there by Ian Chapin, playing some defense there for the Falcons. It'll be Daniel Hand to throw in here right at the scorer's table at midfield. This is on a football field, so the nets are at the back of the goal of the end zone line. It's your true 120-yard field. That one's kicked in. They're going to go for it. This is DiMichelli. He's going to try to run it down, but easy play there for Parker to pick it up. The Daniel Hand, the head coaches for both teams. For Joel Barlow, it's Paul Winstanley. And for Daniel Hand, it's Stan Letkowski, the head coaches for today. Hand will get a throw in. They'll try to get it down the near sideline. Batted around for a moment, now controlled. Hand with possession, and now back to Barlow. This is Paolini. Working it up. He's got a man down there. This is DiMichelli. He's by himself. Let's see what he can do. He's with a defender on him. Now he backs off, puts it back. This is Grayson putting it back in the middle there, and the flag went up for a second there. And now they have it back. Paolini in front of the net. It's a mad scramble for the ball. Grayson now back. This is DiMichelli back over. Oh, a chance, but no, as the pass came over to John Faley, and he couldn't get anything going there. John Hartman was on the defense. A clear chance there, the best chance of the day for anybody, as Barlow had a major opportunity, but just out of the reach of John Faley for Barlow. And trying to get it out here. Even as Joel Barlow is the underdog in this game record-wise, they continue to play very well, as another big hit coming there. That time from Ian Chapin. No call on that, as he retains possession. Back to Chapin. And underneath to Paolini. He's trying to work it down the far sideline. Hand trying to defend. That might go out for a corner. And no, a nice job there defensively by Hand. See who that was down in the far end. Regardless, it'll be Barlow ball here. They're going to have a throw-in. Just kept it from going out past the goal line, so that'll be a throw instead of a corner kick. Here's the throw-in still. Headed out by Hand. There's a boot up there, and now it's headed out again by the defense. Barlow's still with possession here. They've had possession for a while here in the first half, as we are down to 16:45 left to go in this first half. Lost by the Falcons, and now Hand with possession. That's Lee Wilderman who works it back. Now working the far sideline. It up, and now it's booted back out. John Faley on the boot. And Hand will still have possession here. Well, Parker he's only had one save, but he's had a lot of Barlow in that last sequence had a lot of opportunities to get a shot on goal, and they just could not put one on net. Still scoreless here in the Class L state championship game. There's the header back. Hand trying to keep it on their end of the field. Works it over to Jake Brown, who puts it back. This is Owen McShane. He's going to work it back in their own end. Now Hand trying to advance, and now it's kicked out by Josh Schwaber. And Hand will have to regroup back in their own end as they'll try to work it down the near sideline here. McShane, long boot. He's got a man there trying to come up, and Stallower beat him. That was Drew Montgomery, who had a shot. And just out of the reach as Stallower was in good position, and he'll boot it away. Now Barlow. This will be working it up here in the middle. Is there a call there? It's going to be a call against DiMaselli, as he was trying to work through the defender to try and get in the box. He's been all over the field today, DiMaselli. He's only a junior, so he'll be back next year. Hand will boot it away. And ball's in an open space. It's going to go out of bounds to the Falcons. Falcons so far have pretty much controlled the time of possession here, at least in the last 15 minutes. The Falcons have had the ball in their own end for a while, as really Hand hasn't gotten anything going so far. They've had a few opportunities early on, but Barlow's had most of them in the past 15 minutes. Stallower to boot it away. High boot into Hand territory, and that's going to go out of bounds. That was off of Liam Akers, who headed it back towards the Hand sideline. So Barlow will throw in, trying to get something going again. Scoreless here with just about 13:45 left in the half. And a stoppage of play here, as there's a player down back in Barlow territory. It looks like could be John Ruggiero. He's just sitting there on the ground. It's actually Lee Welderman also could be. Now there's a 6 in there. So right now, the referees and the training staff are going to come out to assess the injured player. Some of the other games on tap that you can watch on NFHS Network. You got the Class L Championship going on right now in New Britain as Farmington taking on Shelton. Of course, you're right here in Middletown, but in Class M, Brookfield taking on Ellington. That's in Waterbury at Municipal Stadium. Right now, it is Brookfield leading 1-0 there with about 17 minutes to go. And in Class S, Old Saybrook takes on number 3 Coventry. Old Saybrook number 1 in Class S. That game's at 2 o'clock at West Haven High School. And you can also watch girls soccer championships as they will take that player off the field here. It looks like he's going to need some assistance. It looks like Wilderman here, trying to see where that is. You can also watch the girls state championship games here on NFHS Network. Class L, Ridgefield and Glastonbury at a Veterans Field in New Britain. That's at 11 a.m. That's started already. Class L comes up at 2 o'clock right here at Middletown. You'll be right here with us at Rosek Scoble Stadium. Massac and St. Joe's. Class M is at 2 o'clock as well in Waterbury at Municipal Stadium. Notre Dame of Fairfield taking on Immaculate. And then in Class S, not only Old Saybrook boys, but Old Saybrook girls also going for the state title in Class S. That game going on right now at Ken Strong Stadium in West Haven as they take on their Shoreline Conference rivals, Old Lyme. So a good matchup there. As right now, the clock is stopped with, looks like 13:10 left to go here in the first half here on NFHS Network. No score between the Joel Barlow Falcons and the Daniel Hand Tigers in the Class L state championship game here at Middletown High School, as now we're about to get play back underway. Joel Barlow will have a throw-in, as this will be Ian Chapin to throw it in. Trying to work it down the far sideline, he does. And now that's lost out of bounds. He was trying to find Adam Ortiz. Adam Ortiz, only a freshman, playing for this Joel Barlow squad. So bright future for him, playing in a state championship game. Hand will throw it in. Loses possession here. It's bad. It's headed around. Barlow has it. Said Grayson is going to try and work it into the middle. As now it's back to Hand. And they'll try to work it down the sideline. As to know about, oh, maybe a handball. They're going to say yes, as it was kicked off of the hand of Brendan Ray. So Ray will be the culprit there on that foul, and now Barlow will have it quickly here as they'll try to work it into midfield. They'll work it back in their defense. Down the near sideline, they've got a man down there. That's Upson. Upson trying to get it in to the box, too far for DiMaselli. Now it's headed back towards DiMaselli, and now headed back as they're exchanging headers back and forth here. Good up. This is Jake Brown for Hand, and there's a tie up there. They're going to try to see who it's on. It's going to be on Upson. Atticus Upson was the culprit, so now it'll be Daniel Hand possession in their own territory. Get out there. Barlow trying to make a run for it. There was Ortiz, but to no avail, as Hand now trying to work it down the far sideline. Ortiz badgering his defender, and now Barlow with possession, trying to work it back up. Back to Ortiz on the sideline. Oh, he tried to work it inside to Faley. They might have had something going there, but now it's back in the Barlow half of the field. No score here still between Joel Barlow and Hand, these two teams that met 2 years in a row back in 2013 and 2014 in the state championship game, where Barlow won both of those games 3-0. Now they're both back. Barlow at the 13 seed in the Class L tournament, as that one is to DiMaselli, and they will call it offsides as the flag went up just offsides. Hand is the number 2 seed in Class L. Defeated Guilford to get here from the semifinals. Barlow upset the number 1 seed in the tournament, E.O. Smith, to get here. Trying to work the possession here. There have been no substitutions so far, as Barlow trying to keep it out of Hand's possession in their own end. Now they work it up. Still going. Trying to work it up is... Now there's a foul here. That was Anthony Paolini, who was trying to get past the defender. It'll go out of bounds right in front of us. And it'll be a throw-in for Barlow. Actually, a free kick for Barlow, as Will Marafi will take the free kick here. Take it from the 40-yard line there. There's the boot into Hand territory, trying to corral it. Now working it back over. This is Marafi. I'm sorry, this is Schwaber. Puts it back in the middle there. Batted around for a second, but Hand boots it out. And now Barlow heading it back out, trying to get it back over to Ray. Ray tried to possess it, but now it's taken back by Barlow. Upson got past one defender. He's trying to get through the other, and a nice job of fancy footwork there by Johnny Kulichek. And now it's booted back out. Nice boot there by Ian Chapin. But Parker will maintain possession for Hand, and he'll boot it away. These two schools basically have the same colors, the black and gold, but it's Barlow in the black today. There's Upson. He has an opportunity here, and they say a nice play there by Gulsacek as he gets his offender out of the way there, and Barlow wanted a penalty on that. They're not going to get it. A big chance for Atticus Upson, but defending there by Johnny Gulsacek, and the referees are letting him play today. Not going to try and make any controversial calls here that are going to decide the games unless they're blatantly obvious. But it'll be a free kick here for Grant Legapa. He will boot it. Now another opportunity here for Barlow. Going towards the net. Parker punches it out. Nice job by Parker, and there's a player down back in the box here as the referees are going to stop play. Parker punched that ball out. There was a lot of heads knocking around over there. The trainer's going to come out here as trying to see who that is. That is down. Luckily, there's some movement going on down there, so that's a good sign at least for Joel Barlow. Still scoreless here, about 8:22 remaining, as it's a good sign of getting up under your own power too. Trying to see exactly who that is. We'll tell you as soon as we can. Looks like it's Jack Warren, number 6, who was the injured player, but luckily for him, walking off under his own power. So hoping that he's all right, and we'll try to get play resumed as soon as possible. It'll be, I believe it'll be handball here. Still no score here at the Class L state championship game. Remember, all the state championship games going on the NFHS network. For boys soccer, girls soccer, some volleyball state championship games, along with swimming. They all can be seen here on NFHS. Dan Zampano here with you at Middletown High School for the Class L boys soccer state championship game between Daniel Hand of Madison and Joel Barlow of Reading. It'll be a free kick for Hand, and of course they will just boot it back to the goaltender as is customary for Barlow. So Barlow will get it back here. Upson trying to work it back, and they'll work it back into their own zone. Barlow going to play the defensive scheme here to try and work it up. Hand's going to continue to badger them for the ball. And get it up there. It's stolen away. And that is booted off of a Hand player, I think, as it looked like McShane was the player who received it right off of his shin guard, and it went out of bounds to Barlow. Now a hold up of play here, as it looks like we're going to get a substitution, as it looks like number 11, Adam Dougal, is going to come out. Coming back in is Warren, so he looks to be all right. And that was a crazy play there as he flipped over, and now the penalty is going to be called on Barlow there. Going to be called on DiMaselli, as I believe it was Gulsacek who went flying over him. But it's off of Barlow on that foul. So Gulsacek will take a free kick here to try and create an opportunity for the Tigers. There's the boot into the box, headed out by Barlow. No possession cleared yet, and now it's cleared out by the Falcons, and it's going to be a throw in here for Hand. Gulsacek will throw it in. And trying to continue as McShane tries to boot it over his defender, but he kicks it out of bounds. It'll be back to Barlow. Marafi to throw it in. Tries to get it to Upson to no avail. Barlow still with possession though, as Upson skies one deep into Hand territory. Maselli tried to control it, but he's a couple of defenders on him. Here's McShane, who will try to kick it back. He will. Jake Brown heads it to himself here. Back to McShane, and now down the sideline. A ping-pong battle here with these headers, and now finally out of bounds to Daniel Hand. Hand to put it down the sideline. Barlow keeps it in bounds here. McShane will, that one was tight roping the sideline there, but he kicks it to Ortiz, who gets it to Paolini. Paolini trying to find DiMaselli. DiMaselli trying to get inside to the box, and he's not going to be able to run it down, as It was Matt Parker who was there for the Hand Tigers. Still now we have about 5.5 minutes to play here as Upson got it away, but now it's booted back by Hand. Trying to chase it down is Brian Lynch, who's in this game now. Lynch trying to cross it into the box, and easy job there by Stallor to get it back. And now it's stolen away again here. Ball still no possession. Now Hand has it. Looks like it's Ruggiero. Crosses it into the box. Chance for Jake Brown, the header, and it's over the net. Jake Brown was in the middle, had a good chance, and that's probably the best chance all day that Hand has had. A nice crossover by Ruggiero, but to no avail. This will be Stallor to boot it away. We're now 4.5 minutes from halftime. No score here at Middletown High School for the Class L State Championship game. Boys soccer, Joel Barlow and Daniel Hand. That's out of bounds off of the Falcons, so it'll go back to Hand as McShane will throw it in. Lynch, a close handball there, but he kicks it. It's actually kicked out of bounds by Barlow. Work it in. This is Jake Brown. Ball's still in bounds here. And now worked across the field. Lynch tries to heel kick it back towards the middle, and it's skied by Barlow. Kulisic